Watching the T-Wolves beat the Mavericks tonight, 105-100. It was a great night for Anthony Edwards taking over after Karl Anthony Towns fouled out of the game. And look, Karl Anthony Towns was tremendous in the second half, especially in the fourth quarter.
Well, he had 5 first-half points, right?
Yeah, and he hit 3 threes in a 3-minute span late in the fourth quarter to give the T-Wolves a big lead, and then Anthony Edwards is able to finish it off. A couple of big shots in the final minute. Timberwolves hit their free throws. T-Wolves beat the Mavericks 105-100.
What's funny, though, is if it had gone the other way, we would have pointed out all the silly fouls committed by all the big men from Minnesota. Because several of Karl Anthony Towns fouls tonight, you're just like, dude.
They were all every
what
time.
Are you doing? Like the charge is one of the worst things ever.
Every
that guy's planted. He's got roots.
They called fouls on the T-Wolves, and every time it was the most shocked face in the world. Like when you went down for Christmas morning and you got the toy you wanted, whether it was a train set or Nintendo
or Robert Loggia was sitting there.
For Robert Loggia. Oh my God, it's Robert Loggia.
Or an ugly Mets hat.
Like that was the look on your face. No, the Mets hat is pretty sweet. It's royal blue with the orange.
It really
like that was the look. You see Karl Anthony Towns fouling out. Anthony Edwards the call on the Luka 4-point play. Oh my God!
I thought he was going to go full Home Alone.
Yeah. Oh, amazing. But let me just ask a question.
Yeah.
Because this was really hot and heavy, and I want to know if it's still going on.
Yeah.
Right. Because I don't know. You know me. I like to think I'm up to date, but I don't know if it's still going on.
Because I was ready to do a 3-team poll with competitive sweeps.
Yeah.
Adding them to yesterday.
I got to know if this is still going on. Tonight, Luka Doncic and Kyrie Irving. Look, we talked to Mark Stein about it. This is a game offensively. The Mavericks were terrible.
Oh, yeah.
They combined to shoot 13 for 39 from the floor. I got it because I don't know if it's still going on. Okay. So I want to ask. I feel embarrassed because I like to think I'm at the cusp. I know things that are going on. I mean, I know I'm in my early 50s, but I like to think I'm current and I know and I can hang with the kids and talk. So I want to know, and I want you to tell me. Be honest with me. Are Kyrie and Luka the best backcourt ever debates still going on? Is it still happening?
Did that start?
Or is it still happening? Because it was really hot and heavy over the weekend.
Started that?
It was really hot and heavy over the weekend, and Jason Kidd talked about it. Is that debate still going on? I want to know. It seems like maybe that's we got. Maybe ask another question because I want to know if that's still happening because it was thrown out there after Game 3 and Jason Kidd talked about it after Game 3. Is that still going on? Are we still is Luka and Kyrie the best backcourt ever? Is that still going on?
I got to imagine in some segments of our sports media culture. Yeah, I'm sure plenty of folks are still trying to push that narrative.
Okay.
Maybe tonight it pauses, but the next win, yeah, it'll come back in full force. I had it as a note, which I promptly put off to the side of, I'm not justifying this with minutes of my life.
Well, here's the thing. There's only one thing wrong with this debate.
What's wrong
There's
with
only
it?
one thing wrong with it, right?
With
it's
this
thrown
debate.
out there. There's only one thing wrong with this debate. You think I'm going to say this debate stinks, right? No, I'm not going to do that.
I think it does.
No, it's not. It's not that. I said,
part of it.
Only one thing wrong with the Mets. They stink. No, there's only one thing wrong with this debate. Only one thing wrong with it, right?
Ahead,
you throw it out there.
Sure.
What you do?
Hey.
Only one thing wrong with this debate.
Hey, everybody likes to
only one thing
hear
wrong.
themselves talk.
One thing wrong.
Yeah.
It's stupid. That's the only thing wrong with this debate.
That might be better, yeah.
It's stupid. Okay? The Mavericks are this backcourt. Let's say the backcourt of Luka and Kyrie, as talented as they both are, right? And this is not anything against Kyrie and Luka. It's not like Kyrie and Luka are walking around going, boy, we're the best ever, aren't we? Yeah, you said it, Luka. You said it, Kyrie. Aren't we the best? Yes, we're the best. No, this debate is stupid because you have two players who together are one win from the NBA Finals. Mm-hmm. Okay? They're in the conference finals. This is a team that has one win from the NBA Finals. Meanwhile, Steph and Clay, Kobe and Derek Fisher, Parker and Ginobili all have 4 rings. They were one win away from getting to the finals. Yeah. These guys all have 4 rings. Especially sitting there saying, really? You know what this is? This is a lazy debate that is brought on by people in the media and on TV and the radio who can't think of anything else better to talk about. They're out of topics because the NBA playoffs are too long for everybody. They're too long for people because you can't hear people continuing to reinvent and give you new things to talk about every single night, right? Again, do I think we do the best show? Yes. Do I think we do the show with the most interesting topics? Yes. Do we always do something interesting and give you something a little bit different? Yes. But this is a time. Do people rip off our stuff? You tell me.
But big voice guy says so.
This is a lazy debate because that's exactly what it is. The NBA playoffs are long, and not everybody can continually come up with new things to talk about every day. So, oh boy, what a great game. What a great series this has been from Kyrie and Luka. Oh, by the way, Kyrie was not great in the last round. It's not like Kyrie's been great the entire playoffs. Kyrie was not great in the second round.
He's hitting some pretty big spots,
he's not
been consistent.
No, but he's been really good here in the first 3 games, right? But neither of them were good tonight. So we're talking about Kyrie Irving, who's had a really great career, really terrific player, putting it together this year, bad second round of the playoffs, a good first 3 games, and suddenly, yes, are he and Luka the best backcourt ever? And it's thrown out there by people who should know better, but they're lazy and they're not creative enough to say, let's come up with something else that maybe has a little bit more sense to it. Let's have a stupid contest and competition because, hey, I don't care if people tell me I'm an idiot. I'll get clicks. When it's clear, they're not even close, man.
But that's the
all
whole
you
point,
do is look back at Stephen Clay. So it just happened. It's not like Stephen Clay was in the 80s.
Well, you didn't even get to Isaiah and Dumars.
No, but that's the thing.
Some of the other duos, you can go all the way back.
If it's some people who don't remember that era, don't remember how good Isaiah and Dumars were, okay, someone doesn't remember how good that Magic and Byron Scott were.
Sure.
I get that. I can understand that. Hey, yeah, all right, you're talking about something that was before my time. Okay. Stephen Clay has been the last decade, man. It's still kind of going on, even though Clay is not nearly the player he was. But we just saw all of this. And now you're telling me this is the best because they're 1 win from the conference finals, and I can't think of anything else to say. I can't think of any other topic that might be interesting, so let's do this stupid, lazy topic. That's the only thing wrong with this debate. It's stupid.
Well, but that's where we get into the dangerous waters of hot take nonsense, as we've called it for years on the show, where you get a topic like this pitched in a meeting or on an email thread or whatever the case is, and it's like, oh yeah, that'll get reaction. Nobody's going to believe it, but can you argue it? Can you argue it a little bit? Because everybody, right? Because we can do the Kyrie argument, right? How many people that you know and respect and have loved listening to their basketball knowledge, acumen, have propped Kyrie up, and rightfully so, right? As perhaps the most talented guy we've seen these last 15, 20 years. Right after Kobe and LeBron, has all the records and everything else, but from a pure skill, ball handling, all of this stuff, Kyrie's always put up as that guy. So now this is the chance for all basketball heads to say Kyrie's having his moment. Now you and I take the argument and go, all right, what's different with Kyrie this year? Why now? Why the change in philosophy? You want to do the, get our guy Tom Rinaldi going and a little violinist behind, and we try to figure out what the hell's making him tick this year.
Sure,
that's making him a different guy. And Luka certainly is a guy that we've been waiting on to take that next level. So the fact that you got the two of them together, well, this is fantastic. It's great for the NBA because there's enough people that with past narratives of Kyrie Irving, I mean, look at some of the stuff that's being talked about, right? You had Kenny Smith call out, Stephen A. and others for their narratives about Kyrie and Kyrie's history and, what he's done off the court and things he's gotten involved in off the court and the relation there. Like, people have their opinions about him, right? It's like Aaron Rodgers. We can all stipulate that he's a great quarterback when he's able to be upright and on the field.
Yeah.